Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you doing? I hope all is well with you. I'm here tonight to bring you somewhat of an update on the case involving Malachi Mitchell. So let me share my screen so I can pull up a picture of him. One moment, please. Okay, so this is a picture of Malachi. Malachi was unfortunately shot in a vehicle. He was trying to sell a gun to someone that he knew, and there was some type of exchange where he was shot during this gun sale. So I want to bring you an update to let you know what's happening in the case. The article is from people.com. It's dated March 5th, 2025, and it's by Susan Young. It's titled, After Mom's Oldest Son Was Found Dead in a Car and the Shooter Walked Free, She's Fighting for Answers. So, Malachi's mom, she is really concerned of the events of what happened and what led up to Malachi being shot in this car during the gun sale. She wants answers. She is aware that the police know who shot Malachi. She has filed a lawsuit and she's trying to get the answers. She wants to know what happened and why was Malachi shot? Why was the driver driving around with Malachi deceased in the car from the shooting? Okay, so let's get started. Kenya Mitchell takes long walks talking to God and her son Malachi Mitchell as she tries to make sense of the killing of her eldest child, who was found dead in the passenger seat of a car that was pulled over outside Atlanta in late January. Since then, Kenya, a mom of five, says she's gotten few answers from authorities who say they know who killed 21-year-old Malachi and how it happened, but haven't pursued charges or ruled out a crime and have sought to keep the shooter's name from becoming public, citing gang fears. The homicide investigation is stirring controversy given how little information has been released to the public so far. Where's the justice? Where's the law? A distraught Kenya, 38, of Douglasville, Georgia, tells people he admitted he shot my son and they let him go. Her account of what happened the night her son died is largely supported by a statement issued by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office on February the 3rd and subsequent comments by Lieutenant Colonel Tavarius Pounds, one of the investigators. On January 29th, sheriff's deputies pulled a vehicle over near Interstate 20 in the Atlanta area and discovered Malachi's body inside. In an unusual twist, the driver, revealed to be the shooter, was questioned and then released pending the outcome of the ongoing investigation, according to the sheriff's office initial statement. We want to ensure the public that every aspect of this case is being thoroughly examined, Pound said in a later video statement on February the 6th, one day before Malachi's mom filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the young man whom she claims is responsible for killing Malachi. While he acknowledged there's been a lot of concern and speculation about how we're dealing with this case, Pounds maintained that our investigators are following the evidence wherever it leads, and we will not rush to judgment or make an arrest based on media coverage, public pressure, or outside influence. Malachi's mom says she has been stonewalled by the department, resulting in her filing a suit on February 7th that publicly accuses a 20-year-old man of killing Malachi. People is not naming the defendant in the civil suit in light of what law enforcement called the risk of violence around the case. Relatives of the person they say shot Malachi have been threatened by members of a local criminal street gang. Malachi's family says Malachi wasn't in a gang, and records reviewed by people show he had no criminal history as an adult. People's efforts to reach the man named in the lawsuit for comment have not been successful, and the Mitchell family's attorney says they also haven't been able to serve him with the suit. They believe he fled to Ohio from Georgia. The family is grieving the death of a loved one who was doing something lawful, and you're protecting someone doing something unlawful that resulted in the finality of the life of Malachi, says the Mitchell's attorney, Marcia McKnight. It's mind boggling to see how Douglas County is handling this matter. The sheriff's office isn't releasing the incident report, and neither they nor prosecutors responded to repeated requests for further comment for this story. Kenya Mitchell tells people that Malachi left home the night of January 29th for a private gun sale with the other man named in her lawsuit after exchanging a series of texts with him. In Georgia, there is no waiting period for firearm purchases, and handgun registration is not required. Private sales of firearms between individuals are legal and do not require background checks. The two young men were familiar with each other, according to Malachi's family. After graduating from a local high school, he earned a degree from West Georgia Technical College and traveled around the country installing internet wiring in hotels. He just came home from Lake Tahoe. He was a kind man, very ambitious, a great big brother, and a man of God, Kenya says. He loved sports and had no issues in school. With tears running down her face, Kenya says that Malachi, which means messenger, was a loving older sibling to his younger twin brothers and two younger sisters. We are not doing well, Kenya says. On that night in January, Malachi, who celebrated his birthday in December, left the house where he grew up, and at some point after the gun sale was finished, according to Lieutenant Colonel Pounds with the sheriff's office, a struggle took place between him and the other man over the control of the purchased firearm. The other man drew a second gun he had brought with him and shot Malachi. Then he drove off with the body before being stopped by deputies. Pounds, in his video statement last month, said that before being stopped, the shooter was in contact with someone else, expressing fear that he had been set up and that he was being followed. Investigators have provided no other information about this and have somewhat defended the shooter's actions. Based on the witness and statement, the driver was clearly in a state of panic and uncertainty, seeking rational advice from someone he was dealing with during this traumatic experience, Pound said. But Malachi's family, who held a memorial for him in late February, say they have more questions than answers. Something's not right. It doesn't make sense, his mom says. He, the shooter, had control of the car. He had two guns. Pound said in February that once the investigation is complete, the case will be submitted to the Douglas County District Attorney for review. For now, a heartbroken Kenya Mitchell says she is left with only memories of her son, how he loved his mango smoothies in the morning with his bagel and cream cheese, and how she will no longer be greeted by his big smile. Fighting for justice for Malachi is helping me, she says. I want to honor his name. It's a pretty hard one. So young, so young, just a full life ahead of him. Very sad. Just a total tragedy. Just a total tragedy. So I understand how his mom feels. I understand the pain, the frustration, the hurt, the wanting the answers, the needing the answers, and just not being able to resolve this. It's going to take a long, long time. This is a long road, a long path ahead for Kenya, Malachi's mom, his family, his siblings. I'm so extremely sorry for your loss. Um, just everything that Malachi meant to you, the family representing just a college graduate, some young man out in the community doing the right thing, working, educating himself, just on the right path. So it's just really sad to hear, um, his life was taken in such a violent manner over a weapon. It's just very unfortunate. Um, I hope that you get some answers. I hope they're coming soon so that that can help you so you can properly grieve. Um, I'm assuming that law enforcement or the police authorities are leaning to um, this shooting as self-defense, um, possibly a low charge of maybe manslaughter. I'm not sure because it does sound in the police statements that the police are very much so believing that this story that there was a struggle over the weapon, and the buyer brought his own weapon and used that to shoot Malachi, and unfortunately he passed away. So it does seem like they are leaning more towards a self-defense or manslaughter charge. We will see. I will continue to follow this case, and again, um, I'm just so sorry for your loss, and um, it's just no words to express that. So um, I will keep you posted as I follow this case. I want to thank you for spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate it. I want you to remember, please stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy, be well, all my friends. Take care of yourselves and have a beautiful evening. Bye, everybody.